CARICOM has accredited a new ambassador of Grenada. CARICOM Competition Commission has assessed the impact of the intended sale of Scotiabank and member states' capacity to deal with youth crime and violence is expected to receive a boost. This is the CARICOM news highlights for the week ending Friday, 5th April 2019. I am Tusankin English Francis along with Ms. Michelle Nurse of the CARICOM Secretariat's Communications Unit. Here are the details. CARICOM has been an indispensable force in the development of the region, the new envoy of Grenada to the Caribbean community said on Thursday, April 4th, as he submitted his letter of credence to Ambassador Erwin LaRocque. During a brief ceremony at the CARICOM Secretariat's headquarters in Georgetown, Guyana, Ambassador Arlie Gill assured the Secretary General LaRocque that Grenada will remain steadfast to the ideals of regional integration and support the work of the CARICOM Secretariat.
In Grenada, we continue to see CARICOM as a channel through which member states are bolstered in the regional and international community by the positions we take and have taken as a collective on matters of tremendous importance to our development. Matters of climate change, renewable energy, ICT, and the principle of sustainable development. These issues have direct impact on our livelihoods, economic advancement, and empowerment of the Grenadian people. Your Excellency, despite all the achievements of this august body and the integration movement in this region, it is ultimately the lives of the ordinary CARICOM national that we have to continue to positively impact. In whatever we do, let us continue to keep in mind the coconut vendor on the streets of Roseau, the doubles vendor in Port of Spain, the water taxi operators that ply their trade on Granite Beach, and all the men and women across the region who depend on us in making decisions ranging from trade, free movement and hassle-free travel, climate change, to preserve our beaches and in turn their livelihoods.
In welcoming Mr. Gill to the CARICOM Committee of Ambassadors, Secretary General LaRocque apprised him of his role in ensuring that regional integration has a greater impact on the lives of CARICOM people.
Ambassador, today you become a member of the CARICOM Committee of Ambassadors as a special representative of your head of government. This committee is an important addition to the governance structure of our community and has as its principal focus the advancement of the integration process. It is part of the reform process in which we're engaged to ensure that our integration movement has a greater impact on the lives of our people, the very people you mentioned, the vendors, the taxi operators in finance, etc. The committee provides advice and recommendations to the Community Council, our second highest organ. This is an important role for the committee since the Community Council has primary responsibility for the development of community strategic planning as well as being the preparatory organ for meetings of the Conference of Heads of Government. The committee also provides support and advice to me in the restructuring of the CARICOM Secretariat and the wider community construct. As a member, you will be expected to assist in advancing implementation of community decisions at the national level. You and your colleagues have a key role in providing the necessary link between the regional and the national. A significant part of your mandate is to engage and interact with your citizens to highlight and promote the objectives, work, and benefits of the community. Another aspect of your portfolio is to be fully involved in the implementation of the community 5-year strategic plan, which is in its final year. You also have a role to play in the formulation of the next strategic plan, for which we are already in the planning stage.
The CARICOM Competition Commission has completed an assessment of the impact the intended sale of Scotiabank's assets will have on member states. The assessment by the regional organization found that the sale could have anti-competitive effects in at least 3 member states. The Commission did not name the 3 countries in a statement released on Monday, but indicated that it will approach the competition authorities and sector regulators in the member states that could be affected. The step will be taken in accordance with Article 1761 of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas for the conduct of preliminary examinations of proposed transactions between the enterprises. The Commission advised in the statement that in accordance with Article 1732A of the treaty, It would continue to monitor developments in the banking and insurance sectors, and that any impact the proposed transaction may have on CARICOM would be assessed.
The capacity to deal with youth crime and violence will be boosted in 5 CARICOM member states, which will benefit from a series of training over the next month. A corps of trainers will be established in Antigua and Barbuda, Guyana, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Suriname to deal with youth who are at risk of or are already within conflict of the law. The trainers will be equipped with tools for life skills development, leadership and mentoring, and parenting to train others within those member states. This initiative forms part of the Crime and Violence Prevention and Social Development Project.
The government of Belize has filed an appeal against the ruling of Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin that put a halt to the April 10th referendum on whether or not the country should go to the International Court of Justice to settle its long-standing border dispute with Guatemala. At a press conference prior to the referendum, Prime Minister the Honorable Dean Barrow of Belize sought to clarify the government's position on the issue.
The decision whether to go to the ICJ should not pit Belizeans against each other. Respect will always be due to those that ultimately vote against. But all else has failed. And if we do not go to court now, there really are no other options. It is pointless to talk about revival of negotiations. That is a route utterly exhausted after scores of years of futile effort. And to try to resuscitate it now would only be an exercise in further sterility.
Attorneys representing the 6 members of the main opposition People's United Party are asking the court to determine the legality of the special agreement signed in 2008 that enabled negotiations and opened the way to take the territorial dispute between Belize and Guatemala to the ICJ.
Guyana and the state of Kuwait have successfully negotiated a bilateral debt settlement agreement to cancel Guyana's $50.7 million US debt to Kuwait. Guyana and Kuwait, through the Kuwait Investment Authority, entered into the agreement recently. In a statement, the Ministry of Finance said the debt cancellation will reduce Guyana's external debt and allow the country to expand its developmental agenda, as funds saved under this agreement would be allocated to special projects within the context of the national budget.
And on a much lighter side of the news, if you were following Dancing with the Stars Australia, West Indies cricket fast bowler Curtly Ambrose, now known for his impressive dancing, had a good run at the competition. He was unfortunately bowled out this week. During the competition, Ambrose, known for his destructive bowling, showed off his dance moves to Australia and the rest of the world with his dance partner Siobhan Power. The pair gained massive public support, which kept them in the competition, despite falling to the bottom a few weeks in a row. Their final performance soared to new heights. Dancing the foxtrot, they did a dramatic lift. Take a look.
You can find the details of these and other stories on the CARICOM Secretariat's news blog, today.caricom.org. Visit the CARICOM website, www.caricom.org, like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.